waves, welcome back to my channel and to this video where I'm gonna do 2 looks with the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. So fingerprinty. I got this palette out of Cult Beauty. I got it when it was released and I've been playing with it for a bit, and I have filmed 3 looks now with this, 2 in this video, and there's another one in a Get Ready With Me. I will link that as well down below so that you can have a peek. I have used not all of these shades. I think there is, like, the 2 reds I haven't used on my eyes, and I also haven't used this Teespring. I've tried playing with this once or twice outside of YouTube as well. I'm not going to be able to do a full review. I'm just going to give you my thoughts. This palette is, I think sometimes with Natasha Denona, you pay a hefty price for it. I don't know, this isn't as much as those 129 palettes. I think I paid like £60 or something for it. Like I said, I will leave it down below, just link it so that you can find it. The palette, I'm not making any sense. How I feel like this palette differs from other Natasha Denona palettes isn't that I don't feel like this isn't as good quality as the other ones. This is great quality, but sometimes with Natasha Denona there's kind of a surprise element. Like when you see it, it's more exciting, or there's a hidden aspect to it. I feel like with this palette you kind of get what you see, which is, I mean, it's a good thing. If you like this color scheme, you're gonna like this palette. This one is a bit of a duochrome. It's like a soft red gold duochrome. This is also a bit of a duochrome. It's like a peachy beige duochrome. This vanilla color is the one I have in the middle of my lid. It has a slight peach tint to it, but it's not really a slight duochrome. It's not really. But all in all, this is what you get. Like, you're gonna get this palette. So you're gonna have to pretty much like these colors, because there's not like a surprise element to this. It's great quality. But I wouldn't say that I was wowed. The quality is amazing. It is. Great quality, nice shadows. None of them have been a dud for me. I think it's really nice. I could have been without, like, this one surprised me a bit because it is that beautiful, like, vanilla, like, peach thing. But I could have been without Teespring, Laurel, and even, like, Morgan, to be honest. I wish that this palette had one matte color that wasn't a super warm color, and that's, I think, is my only like con with this palette, is that there is no way for you to do a look that isn't like a warm crease, because it's like 2 reds, like 2 oranges and a red, and then this very warm peach. I wish that one of these was like a cool tone pink or a purple, just something to make this palette pull something else than a really warm crease. But on the other hand, it is what you get with this palette. I mean, you see what you get, but there are so many shades in here. I mean, this isn't like a 6-pan palette. There are plenty of shades in here. I just wish that one of them would have enabled you to do more of a, like, this one could have been a lavender matte, or a cool tone pink matte, or this one could have been a dark purple. Just something to make this palette not be so yellowy red, which is not a bad thing. I like that, but still, with so many shades, I feel like it's not a one-trick pony, but maybe a 2-trick pony. Does this make any sense? So I don't hate the palette. I think it's a really nice palette. It's just a bit like, color story-wise, I somehow thought I was gonna get more, because I feel like with her other palettes there was like more than meets the eye, but with this one, you kind of get what you see, which could be a good thing. Am I making sense? I don't know. I did 2 looks, and I feel like I did 2 looks. There are like, my first look that I did with this palette, which wasn't the Get Ready With Me, was a very bright look, an all matte look, and I'm gonna leave that down below. Did I say that? I think I said that. It's down below. But with these, I think I made 2 like colorful looks, but still a bit subtle. And maybe if you wanted to get into color, if you have this palette, or if you have something similar, like, because let's be honest, this isn't like a revolutionary color scheme. I got it because I was so intrigued with the brand Natasha Denona, not because I thought that this was going to fill a hole in my collection. It doesn't. I've been really intrigued with the brand. I just feel like maybe these looks are like, this is look number 2. If you wanted to get into color, maybe this could be it. Maybe this could be something like the bridge. Why am I a bunny? Just try and color a bit without going like full in blue, because it is a bit more subtle, even though I didn't use any browns. Does this make any sense? I don't think I made any sense at all in this intro. Let's just get into the looks. Okay, we are gonna do the first look with the, well, it's technically my second look. I should have left the first look in the description box. I'm sure I talked about this in the beginning. So I'm gonna do another look with this palette, and I thought I was gonna play with this one that's more of a like a purpley, reddish purpley, bluish purpley shift. Does this make sense? No. And I am gonna use Clove, and I am gonna use this one that's called Morgan? This one right here. So I think I'm gonna start with that one. This is gonna be, I mean, this palette, I mean, the brightest colors in this palette is basically the three going down here, and then this one right here. I'm not gonna use those, and see what we can get instead. That is the plan. So I'm starting with the Morgan. I think it's Morgan. I've been playing too much League of Legends, and I just want to call everything Morgana. Would have been a lovely color though if it was called Morgana. Love Morgana. Especially in that team tactic, like team fight tactics. To get a Morgana and put some items on her. In like a demon sorcerer comp. That's delightful. This is very peachy. I was kind of hoping that I could have like a cool tone pink. Not hating this, just kind of wish I had a cool tone pink. I just really went ham with that one. Now I'm gonna see if I can blend it out a bit. I mean, it is really pretty. I just kind of wish it was a cool tone pink. I really think that that would have been so cool in this palette. I'm gonna take this exact color under my eyes as well, while I'm at it. Okay, now I'm taking Clove, which is that like burgundy plum, more of a cool toned red, like a plum. Does this make sense? Usually when I say this makes sense, it doesn't, so just hang in there. I'm just gonna deepen up the outer V and the outer part of the crease with this one. I'm gonna try and not take it too far in. Just keeping it, why is it itchy? Itchy. Just keeping it here at the outer part, mostly. Just gonna take a little bit of that on the outer part of the lower lash line as well. Pretty much matching what I did on top. I think I'm just gonna finish this up and see how it looks. So I'm taking this Aster one, and I'm just gonna take this actually on my finger, since I'm not gonna be too precise with it, and I'm putting that on like the inner part of my lid. If you don't want to use a finger, I kind of suggest you either spraying it or putting it over a glitter glue, because these shadows are a tiny bit flaky. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Awakening, and I'm gonna put that in I'm gonna spray this. I'm putting it on a very detailed brush, and I'm gonna spray it, and I'm gonna put that in the middle of the lid just to get a little bit of effect in the middle of the lid. Now I'm just taking a little bit of this plum shade, and I'm just blending this out a bit. Since the shade that's in the crease is so warm and there's no cool toned lighter shades in this palette, everything I do, it's gonna turn out pretty warm. But just know that if you team this palette up with like the Lila palette, or like a cool tone mauve, or like a cool tone brown, and just put that before, the look would lean a little bit more on the cool tone side. I'm gonna fix the other eye as well. I'm gonna put some kind of a liner on, and I'll be right back. I tried to pull out a more pinky lip to see how it would work with this, and I kind of like it. It's like a pinky purpley thing. This is actually Scorpio Moon by Colourpop. So it's like a cream, and it's like a mauvey purpley pinky thing. I'm gonna use one of the new Cleona stained glass colors in my inner corners. These are the iridescents. I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? Am I gonna use this one that's a bit like a peach? Let me see what this is called. That's the only thing I don't like with this collection, is it's really hard to get it out and see what it's called. This one is called Flicker. So I'm gonna put Flicker on a pencil brush. I'm gonna spray it a bit and I'm gonna put that in my inner corners. To get something that is a super pretty peach. That's really pretty. It's like a peach duochrome. It is pretty much the same shadow as Sana, or is it Xion? Sana or Xion, either one of those from Divina. Oh, I also forgot. I have this is Crybaby, right? Yeah, it's Crybaby Cream Gel Liner by Colourpop. It is like a lavender. I thought that like a lavender would go with this. I'm trying to mix some like pinky purpley red things. It's been my go-to lately to mix reds with things that people maybe normally wouldn't mix them with. So I'm doing that. I'm gonna put some falsies on. These are in front of me. So I'm doing the Iconics by House of Lashes. So let me put those on and that's gonna be the finished thing. Okay, so the lashes are on, everything is done. I am complete. Wow, that turned real deep, real fast. But yeah, I'm done. This is the look. I feel like this is a look if either you own this palette and you want some more inspiration, and obviously if you own similar colors and you want to dip your toes into color, you want to do something that's not a full-on clown, but also not brown. I feel like you could definitely get away with this, but it is some red, it is some purple, it is a little like, you know, dipping your toes in color without maybe being too much, because I do definitely realize that even though what I want to inspire you to do is to try something new, maybe this could be it. If you don't want to go all in with the blue like I do, just maybe red and purple. Maybe that could be your thing. I'm gonna do one more look. I wanna try this shade, because when I swatched this, I was mostly surprised by this one right here, because this one is a beautiful peach. So I'm thinking I wanna somehow get that into a look. Maybe I'll do a second look, like dipping your toes in color, because I feel like this palette could be good for that. Or a dupe for this palette, obviously, because this one is really pricey. And like I've said before with Natasha Denona, if you can't afford it, you don't need it. It's a luxury thing, definitely. But let's just get into look number 2. Okay, I am gonna do the second look with the Sunrise palette. And I'm gonna do something pretty much like the last, this is not making sense. I'm gonna do another subtle, colorful look, because I feel like that is something that you could really do with this palette. And my cat is upset. Sweetie! She's like, meow! I'm gonna try to use this one in like the middle of my eye. This is Agate. It is like a beautiful vanilla peachy color. It's a slight duochrome to it, and I usually don't reach for colors like that, so I thought today's the day. Oh, my fiance's home. I need to close the door. Okay, I'm back. I even got my ring on. Look at me. There's a hair here. Could you? Okay. I am gonna do something, I think. Why is it still here? How is this possible? Go away. I'm gonna do something, I think, with mostly these two. But I think I'm actually gonna start with this one, Morning. That's very not me, but it's what we're doing. I mean, who am I? So I'm gonna start with that one, and just a bit of a fluffy brush that's not clean. I really should clean my brushes. And let me tap out my primer a bit. I'm just gonna put that in the crease to have a little bit of color in the crease before I go in with the yellow and the orange, because I kind of don't think I'm gonna have that in the middle, so I'm gonna let this color be the only matte color that's in the middle of the crease. I'm gonna show you once I get there. This color is very pigmented for being this light, I have to say. Okay, I think this is where I'm gonna stop. It's just a nice like creamsicle color. It's actually pretty nice but very subtle, but that's a good thing today at least. Now I'm gonna go in with this one that's called Carnelian, this one here, and I am gonna start doing some kind of color in my outer and inner part of my lid and a bit in the crease to get this halo eye going. Okay, now I'm gonna take this one that's called Jasper, which is the like reddish orangey one, and I'm taking a very small brush and I'm just gonna have a little bit, not in the crease, but just a little bit on the lid to get just a little bit of like depth and darkness. Not too much because I don't want this to be too orange, ever so little. Just like that. And I think I'm gonna take what I want to have on my lower lash line. Do I want to have like the carnelian? Maybe, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the carnelian, oh here I have a good brush, just a stubby one, and I'm gonna take carnelian on my lower lash line. And I think I'm gonna skip the Jasper, like the darker one. Okay, now it's time to take the agate one, which is that vanilla peachy slight duochrome. I'm gonna take that on flat brush. I am gonna spray it just to get it to be as opaque as possible and to get some kind of, I don't know, control over it, but it does pick up really good on the brush. Let me just see if I can spray this a bit. And I'm popping that in the middle here. Can you see? I think you can. You can see it's like a vanilla color. It has a slight peach shift slash tint to it. This is pretty. And I'm gonna take it a bit higher up, since I didn't take any of the oranges up here. I'm gonna let the halo go all the way up. And I'm just gently tapping on the edges to get it to blend a little bit and just not be too sharp. Something like this. I think I'm gonna take it a little bit in my inner corners as well. Just taking it a little, using the same brush. Like that. I think that's gonna be it. I think it looks really pretty. I am gonna do the same on the other eye. I'm gonna put some mascara on and maybe some white in my waterline, or maybe something like vanilla like this. I'll try and find something and see what I can do. And then I have to figure out what kind of lashes I want to do. I want to do something light. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I ended up using actually a pencil called Vanilla. This is from Makeup Store. I feel like it fits really good, and I'm using this new, it's called More Mascara from We Makeup. They did send this to me as PR, and I have to say this mascara is so good. I would say it's kind of rivaling my Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. This is so good. It's I just curled my lashes. I used 2 layers on my top lashes and 1 layer on my bottom lashes, and I really like it. I'm gonna put on some falsies though, because I'm savage and I can't be stopped. I'm gonna use the Allura lights. These have been used before though. These are from House of Lashes, pretty much my favorite lash brand. So I'm gonna use these because this is a kind of an halo eye. I don't need, using the word need here very loosely, don't need it to be tapered. So this isn't as tapered. So I'm gonna put these on, and I think that's gonna be it. Exciting. Okay, so that is the finished look. I have the Allura lights on. I am also wearing one of the new Fantastics by Linda Hallberg. This is in Famous, which is the light brown. I love these, and I love this new color. It's like a cool tone beige. All about that life. And yeah, that was the second look with this palette. I think I managed to do 2 more like easy, subtle, colorful looks. I didn't use any browns, but still it's not like totally out there. I hope this gave some inspiration and maybe courage to some of you out there that have similar colors at home or have this palette at home to do some fun looks. And that was everything for this video. Please let me know down below what you think of it, and I will see you in my next video, which is probably going to be tomorrow. Bye!